it ended up getting crazy results. As you can see, 10,000 leads. Each lead cost us about $1.20. Hey, in this video, I'm gonna be showing you one of the most powerful Facebook ad frameworks that you can use to create Facebook ads that sell like hotcakes. These are Facebook story ads, and you can use these for whatever kind of products. I'm gonna be showing you exactly how to use them, how to write them, and how effective they are by showing you a couple examples that I've written myself that literally blew results out of our business. So stay tuned, guys, because this is coming up right now. What's going on, guys? My name is Gaby Kemsey with GabyKemsey.com, and welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I teach internet marketing. So if you are trying to learn how to build your business and brand online, this channel is for you. So if this is your very first time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the notification button so you can get updated on future videos that I do on a weekly basis. And today we're talking all about Facebook story ads. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this particular type of ad is because I've seen great success with it, and in general it just works really well. If you are just joining us, I'm actually continuing along with my Facebook ads course here on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen any of my past videos, you can check out those videos in the description below, or you can use the playlist. And I recommend doing so because right now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of writing your Facebook ad. So right now I'm gonna pull up an example of a Facebook story ad that I actually created, and I'm gonna show you exactly how powerful this is, because this can work for anybody selling anything, and I'm gonna prove that in a second. But before we dive into that, why is Facebook ad stories so powerful? Well, the reason being is just the way human nature is, right? Like, we as humans have been, ever since the dawn of time, basically have been using stories to tell stories and relate to people, and we're just accustomed to being more impacted through a good story. And if you're able to take your product, your service, whatever you're trying to sell, and send that message through a compelling story, you're gonna be getting a lot more engagement. You're gonna get people that are gonna identify with that story, that the story is gonna resonate with them, and you're gonna get better results. And like I said, stories can work for anything, whether you're selling information products, courses, or if you're selling e-commerce, drop shipping, different types of products. You can use this story model to help you sell basically anything if you do it correctly. So let's go ahead and hop on to the screen share here. I'm gonna show you an example of a story ad that I actually created for my mom, who is selling and working a home business, just to prove you guys this can work for anything, even home businesses online. And I'll show you some of the results that we got, and I'll show you exactly how we wrote it out so that you can go and do the same thing for whatever you're trying to sell and promote online. Okay, guys, so this is an ad that I created, and this ad was actually to help my mom when she first got fired from her job as a pharmacist. Now, the long story short, she got fired as a pharmacist, and she had to basically figure out, a new stream of income. We got started with online, and through the help of an affiliate company, we were able to help her kind of get going and start learning this whole internet marketing thing. And so here's one of the ads that we created. As you can see, the results, we were able to get 10,000 plus leads from this particular ad for the home business that we were doing, okay? And people reached over 500,000 people reached the amount spent. We spent over 12K on this ad. Now remember, don't get scared by that number if you were just getting started and you're like, I don't even have 12K to spend on anything, right? This was because once we figured out the ad work and we dialed it down, we were able to actually get funds and blow this thing out of proportion. And as a result, it ended up getting crazy results. As you can see, 10,000 leads. Each lead cost us about $1.20, right? And you can just imagine getting 10,000 people looking at your product, your service, and they're actually interested. They're not just random people. They're people that clicked on, that read through, that filled out a form, that signed up for an email list, and they're like, tell me more, right? That's the power of this story ad. So as you can tell, so from this ad alone, we actually made a great return on investment. So even though you see the amount spent was 12K, we made more than that, which is positive, and you can't ask for anything better, right? Okay, guys, so let me walk you through the actual story ad that we created to get these types of results. Okay, so this is the story ad. As you can see, it's on her page here, and the first thing you would notice is that it's pretty long. Yes, it is long, And a lot of people might think that, just because it's long doesn't mean that, a lot of people aren't going to read it. But that's actually contrary to popular belief. It doesn't really matter if the story is long or short. Long can actually be beneficial as long as the story is captivating and people are interested in reading it, right? If it's not captivating, it doesn't matter how long it is or short it is. It just doesn't matter. But you can see we got the copy here. We also got the picture. I'll talk about the picture a little bit later. And you can see the results here. Over close to 2,000 people liked, loved this kind of ad. We got over 700 comments, over 630 people shared this ad. So this is all organically, guys. We didn't even pay for this. People were basically selling the stuff for us, right? And you can see, if I went down, you can see all the comments and engagements and stuff that we did. This also helped us have a great relativity score. All right, so let's start from the very beginning. What you really want to do with a Facebook story ad is there are different ways you can go about it, right? But the main things you want to touch upon is you want to first identify a pain or problem that you're facing or that you experience or that you notice other people are experiencing. You want to tie that. Okay, so I actually created a little breakdown here. So the Facebook ad. So with this Facebook ad, I actually created a little breakdown here. We'll switch over to. All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of walk through this Facebook ad, and you'll see kind of how I went through this process of writing this particular ad. So I start off by saying, I was a pharmacist. Now, this is my mom speaking in her, first person, which is also great when you're writing a story. You want to speak from a first person perspective. So I was a pharmacist for 26 years, working 10 to 14 hours a day. Most of the time I was working by myself with no help. I was doing the work for 4 people by myself and was expecting to do everything, right? So this kind of goes into the story of painting the pain problem that a lot of people face, which is what? A lot of people are going to work every single day, clocking in, clocking out, and are miserable. They're doing all this work, and they're sometimes doing work that they're not even getting paid for, and for what, right? And we're trying to reach this audience. For this particular product, we're trying to reach an audience of people who are tired of being stuck in a 9-to-5, or people who are just trying to figure out a way to get more control over their life, get more financial freedom out of their life. So that's the target audience that we're looking for. And remember, in order to write this kind of copy, you have to also know who you're targeting. So make sure you do your target research. Make sure you know your audience that you're targeting so that you can write effectively for them, right? Okay, so then I go on to say it was very difficult for me to take a break because I was working by myself and I could not leave the pharmacy. I came back from home and tired, and I had to take care of my children. So right there, now we're talking about just diving that knife in a little bit, talking more of the pain problems, more of that hard, what other people may be experiencing, especially, and now we're kind of targeting parents, right? People that may have children or have families, and they're not able to see them because they're working all the time, right? Some days when I worked extra long hours, I was not able to see my children. I missed out on games during the weekends because I had to do work. I did not have the free time to attend most family events and other activities with my friends. So we're just kind of piling it on here, guys. Now, I had very little vacation time and was forced to cut my trips to see my family in Africa, and because I had to go back home and work. So these are just different aspects of pain points that we are talking about, and these are specific to the target audience that we're targeting, right? So as you can tell just from these couple of sentences here, we're trying to target people who are working and who are basically tired of not having control of their situation, which my mom was in, unfortunately. Now, one note to take into consideration when you're creating these story ads is you do want to be as authentic and as real and as honest as possible. No way am I telling you to make up a story just to get people to click and sign up, right? That's not what I'm telling you to do. Don't do that. The stuff that we're talking about here in the story actually happened or actually experienced, and there's creative ways that you can take your personal story for whatever you're promoting, or your story for whatever product you're promoting, and still make it captivating. We go on here to saying, so after working 25 years for the same company, something terrible happened. I walked into work one day and my position was terminated. I was fired for no just reason, and an instant instantly my career ended, right? So now here is where we call the climax of the ad, right? This is where last straw that broke the camel's back, right? You know, and you always kind of like think about any good story that you watch or listen to, or think about any good movie that you watch, right? The story always follows this premise of first you have the character development, and then the characters find out a problem, or either a problem comes to them or they fall into a problem or something like that, and all this stuff happens, and then something happens during the movie where it's like the apex of the movie. Somebody dies, there's a crazy earthquake, or they just realize they have 24 hours to save the world, something like that, and it's like, oh my gosh, this can't get any worse. That's what this point of the ad is here, when we're talking about, you know, when she got fired. And so for you, you would have to find what's that point where it was just, you had it, or that point where somebody that could use your services, that point where that breaking point for them, right? You want to paint that picture for people, right? And so now we're just going to talk about more about that. I was heartbroken because deep down I knew how much I sacrificed for this company. Now I was being replaced by a young, less experienced pharmacist just so that they could cut costs, which was true. Most of the older pharmacists who had worked alongside me were also terminated for the same reason. So we're just kind of bringing in other people to this story. You know, the great thing about story ads is sometimes it's good to talk about yourself, but you want to bring other people into it because you want people that are reading your story to feel a part of other people that are feeling or having the same issues, okay? So one tip I would give to you guys is don't make it all about me, poor me, this is what happened, but you want to also include other people in your story too, so that you get that sense of universal feeling that this is something that we all are going through, this is something that we all need to fix. And that's including the person that's reading your actual ad, all right? Initially, as a medical professional, I thought that my job was secure, which it wasn't, you know. Don't get me wrong, I love my job as a pharmacist because I love to see patients. Despite the 40% tax of the government that they took from my salary, I had a very good profession and paid really well, and I was comfortable having this job for the rest of my life. So here's where we're kind of throwing a little bit of sun in this dark, gloomy ad, which is actually, so far this ad is pretty sad, right? But it's gonna get better, right? And we're basically saying it wasn't all bad. And this is the part about being just like realistic and real with your stories. You don't wanna just say, oh my gosh, this is terrible, this sucks. You wanna be real, right? Take, for example, people that really don't like their job. There are people that really don't like their job, but there is some slim positivity in there. Maybe it provides them some kind of security financially, or like for insurance maybe, you know, and so that's something that people can really relate with. Yeah, I hate my job and I hate going in and clocking out and working 80-hour weeks, but I really do like this feeling of security that it gives me. That's being human and real, right? That's gonna draw people into your story, and that's kind of what we're doing here. After my job was terminated, I got a job at another company working as a clinical pharmacist to support my husband. Unfortunately, that time my job was under a temporary contract with no benefits. I decided to look for a more permanent one. So we're just kind of keeping on with the story here. There are just different points that we're talking about here. So right here is an important line. Right now, I'm in my mid-50s with no job security, no assets of my own, and no backup plan to ensure that I can look forward to retirement. That line right there is going back to how I said you want to identify with people, right? She is basically putting herself out there and saying, this is who I am, this is how I feel, and it sucks, right? Because people who read this are gonna have that same feeling. It's like having a mirror in front of them. The people that qualify and the people that are targeting, they're gonna resonate with this. And that's what we want. Those are the people that we want to target. That's why this ad did so good, because we targeted this ad to people who we knew would resonate with this, leading to, you know, 10,000 plus leads. Now that we've reached the apex of the ad where everything just can't get any worse, what next, right? This is where you want to start providing some kind of solution, some kind of relief to that pain that you just created. All right, so at this point, I realized that something had to change for my future retirement and financial freedom. I began to search online to look for another job and found this video that changed everything for me. So this actually leads to a landing page where we start. This is the first call to action where you can choose to sign up. So another tip with story ads, because they're so long, I recommend putting your call to action, your link or whatever, and sprinkle it throughout your ad. 2, max 3 times, but 2 is enough, okay? And this is where, so you give people multiple chances to sign up. So this one right here is for people that, you know, they've read this, they've read enough, they're like, look, I feel the same way, this is my issue, what did you do to solve this, okay? So, you know, and people would click that, right? And that also gives us a chance to increase our click-through rate because we're putting multiple links throughout the ad here. So then we go on to talking about, now we switched and made a change. And this next thing you want to do is you want to paint the picture of relief. You want to paint the picture of promise. You want to allow people to see that there's an other side, that it's greener on the other side of the fence. And you can do that with this last part of your story. And that's what we start to do. It has been my dream of mine to work for myself and have money work for me instead of working for it. I decided that I didn't want to work for anyone again and to live out my dream of financial freedom, right? So we're talking about our dreams, right? It was my mom's dream to want to be financially free, okay? And to be able to control her money. That's a lot of people's dreams. When people read that, they're gonna resonate and feel the same way. It feels so great waking up every morning knowing that I am my own boss and I don't have to answer to anyone. I now have the opportunity to visit my family in Africa and stay for a month without anybody's permission. So now we're going into the benefits. Once we cover the problems, the pain point, we get to the apex of the problem, right? And then now we're trying to provide the solution, the relief for that problem. And with that relief comes benefits. Some of these benefits being able to wake up whenever she wants, being able to travel and not have anybody force her to come back home to work, right? These are the benefits that we're laying out. So for you, what are the benefits of your product? Why is your product going to relieve the pain points and the problems that you've been talking about in the beginning of your ad? And most of all, how does that make you feel? Because people, you don't want to sell just a product. You want to sell an effect. You want to sell a feeling, right? People that sell vacations and travel, they're not selling vacations and travel. They're selling family memories and excitement. People that are selling massages aren't just selling massages. They're selling relaxation. They're selling a time to de-stress. So you got to figure out what it is that your product is selling, and you want to touch upon that. And now, she goes on into a little bit more of what she was doing. I'm traveling now to visit my children and attend their graduations and other activities. I have the opportunity now to travel all around the world. So she's even going to Costa Rica, right? She's building excitement here. Okay, this is something that you also want to do. How does your product solve your target audience's problem? And how could it even provide more benefits in the future? So if you're offering coaching, let's say you're offering coaching services, right? How is your coaching services going to solve someone's problem right now? Okay, but then how is it going to solve somebody's problems and even benefit them in the future? What are the lasting effects of your coaching? What are the lasting effects of your course? Or what are the lasting effects of the item that you're trying to sell? All right. And now I spend quality time with my husband and my children, serve God by going to mission trips and live my life to the fullest, right? This is also a great line too, because here we're being human. It's not all about just making money, going to work, and being happy and travel. What fulfills you? What are your hobbies? What are the things that make you feel good? Whether it's charity work, whether it's giving to the poor, whether it's just being able to take up another hobby. Maybe you want to dance. Maybe you want to learn an instrument. Maybe you want to learn a different language. You want to give people the idea of how this thing that is solving your problem is now giving you access to do things that you want to do and do things that you need to do. You want to paint this picture of how your product is not only solving your problem, but also giving you freedom and leeway to do the things that you really want to do. Not just the bare minimum of solving your problem of financial, instability or debt or whatever you are trying to solve. All right. The best part is that as long as I have my laptop and Wi-Fi, I'm able to provide for my family and do the things that I've always wanted to do. So we're just kind of now we're kind of rolling into the call to action. We're kind of rolling into our product. What we were selling here was a course. It was a marketing membership to learn marketing, to learn how to sell affiliate products online. So we're just talking about one of the benefits and how simple it is to get started. And you want to create this emphasis that the entry point is low. Anybody can do this. Depending on what you're selling. Remember, this ad is particularly pertaining to what we're selling, which is an information product geared towards people who are in their mid to older range, who have been working either in the corporate world for a while. So this is all geared towards that particular target audience. So you got to customize it for your particular target audience as well. The best part is that as long as I have, I already read that line. If you are struggling, okay, so right here is the last part of your ad, right? Your call to action. Okay. It's great to always ask people or to try and give them a call to action that will rally them to take action. And this is the one that we use right here. If you're struggling with your current position and looking to change your life like I did, click the link below to watch the video for yourself, this may be exactly what you need. Simple call to action, which is basically like, hey, if you've read this ad, if you've made it all the way through this long story ad and you're feeling the same way and you want to get relief, you want to solve this problem, click here to see how you can do it just like how I did it. So you see how powerful that is, creating this story that goes from pain, problems, rags to finding a potential solution, and how the solution has been helping me solve that problem and provide additional benefits. All right, whether you're selling a t-shirts or you're selling, a coffee maker, whatever, you can think of a creative story that can help to engage your audience, get them to realize the problem that they may be facing, and show them the way out, which is all you're trying to do with the story ad. All right, and so then we'll talk about the image here. Now I'm gonna do a whole separate video about Facebook images and what kind of images that you should be using. Right now you can tell that this image doesn't have any pictures, any words in it. That's because Facebook really doesn't like when you have your images with a lot of words in it, and your ad can actually perform a lot lower than that. So what I did was I tested out several different pictures. Now this is one out of like 10 pictures that I tested out. Remember, it's all about testing, and you gotta test out different kind of things, different aspects of your ad. By the way, this story ad that I wrote for this ad is like revision number like 7 or 8. Okay, guys? So don't feel intimidated by thinking you gotta write it and get it done perfect the first time. You're right. It's constantly gonna change. It's constantly gonna evolve until you're getting the results that you're looking for. I had to change this up multiple times, add things here, take away things, until we saw the numbers that we liked. You remember when we talked about our KPIs? I like the KPIs, and then once I realized that the ad was good, I realized the image was good, it started rolling on its own, and we were able to get great results from it. Okay, guys, and as you can see, the results speak for itself. This is the power of the story Facebook ad. I hope this video was helpful just to kind of give you an idea of story ads, how they work, and how effective that they can be. So I recommend, if you are selling some type of product, you can have different types of ads. Remember, not all ads fit one particular thing. So if you are selling something on Facebook, I do recommend also trying out a story ad, right? Sit down, think of the pain points and problems people are having, and your product, your solution, how it's solved, and create a creative story around that to help engage your audience, help them build the affinity, and help them build the resonance that they feel towards that product, and get them to take an action, whether that is to buy your course, sign up for a membership, become a lead, whatever that case may be. All right, guys, so I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope you got value from this video. If you have any questions about story ads, please let me know in the comment section below. If you'd like me to help you create a story ad, I do offer coaching as well. You can go down and click the link below and sign up for a blitz session, and I will be able to sit down with you and help you map out a story that you can use to sell your product or services. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, also don't forget to do that. Hit the notification button, guys. Last but not least, if you would like my free Facebook ads copy cheat sheet, where I go over 10 Facebook ad copies secrets that I use personally in my ads, just like this one, that helps you get ads that convert, to write ads that are effective. Check that download out for free. It's down in the description below. Just fill out the information. I'll send it directly to your mailbox, and you can start creating effective ads today. It's gonna help you get selling, guys. So I appreciate y'all for watching. If you are continuing along with the Facebook ads course, you can go on to the next video. If not, I will catch you on another video. And with that being said, y'all, you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and good luck with Facebook marketing. I'll see you guys on the next video.